In a previous video, I documented a proposal on generative AI literacy. I will now present to you the 10 key skills to integrate AI into your business to become an essential leader in instructional design. The first skill is mastering the various ways to integrate generative artificial intelligence into the design and delivery of your training. This involves understanding the features and capabilities of AI tools such as chatbots, text, and multimedia content generators, as well as adaptive recommendation systems for those who delve into learning data with EDM, educational data management. Generative AI opens up new possibilities to create interactive, personalized, and immersive learning experiences. By integrating these technologies into your approach, you can offer truly innovative and engaging training, thus gaining a competitive advantage in the market. To attain this skill, focus on practice by working on concrete deliverables with the integration of an AI-powered conversational agent, a chatbot, to guide learners and answer their questions. Another winning approach would be to create a training capsule using AI to automatically generate text, images, videos, and animations. Using generative AI could even develop a course plan to meet a client's needs and help them, with AI, identify learning goals that will suit their needs. It would also be possible to ask these content generation tools to identify learning levels to create a gamified path. If, like me, you are passionate about pathway management, it would be interesting to know how to integrate an AI-powered recommendation system to script a learning path based on the performance, preferences, results, and feedback of the learners. By working on these practical deliverables, you will be able to experiment with different AI integration techniques, understand their strengths and limitations, and gradually develop your expertise in this field. Whenever possible, collaborate with AI and development experts to obtain valuable feedback and advice. The second skill involves content creation. Here, you will need to develop your ability to effectively use generative AI tools to create quality training content, such as texts, images, videos, simulations, and evaluations that can range from quizzes to scenarios or case studies. This involves understanding the strengths and limitations of these tools, as well as knowing how to configure and correct them to achieve optimal results. Ideally, you should take the time to compare several approaches to develop your critical thinking and be able to make informed choices later. To do this, there is, of course, the art of the prompt that must be mastered. For this, I suggest you delve into fine-tuning and especially the technique of RAG, a technique that I have documented in another video because it is, in my opinion, for the moment, the technique to master. Why? Because as an instructional designer, you must know how to write and popularize learning content, but this content must respect boundaries, the famous pedagogical alignment. This skill is essential as generative AI can save you valuable time by automating the creation of certain types of content. By mastering these tools, you can increase your productivity while maintaining high quality, allowing you to deliver training more quickly and cost-effectively. To develop it, I propose creating content with various generative tools by feeding them with clear instructions and adjusting their parameters. Learn to evaluate and correct their results to make them more relevant and consistent with your educational goals. Developing your portfolio gradually throughout your projects remains a winning strategy. Let's now talk about conversational agents, the famous chatbots. You need to understand why integrating these AI-powered conversational agents into the scripting of your learning paths and learning content is crucial. These agents can interact with learners, answer their questions, guide them in their learning journey, and provide personalized support. Understanding how and why to integrate them will enable you to achieve a level of interaction that is still quite rare at the moment. Why is this skill important? Because chatbots offer a more interactive and engaging learning experience, allowing learners to receive real-time help and feedback. By mastering these systems, you can create more immersive training tailored to individual needs. To develop this skill, I suggest you explore the various conversational AI platforms available, such as chatbots or virtual assistants. Learn how to configure them, feed them with the necessary knowledge, and seamlessly integrate them into your pedagogical designs. The analysis and interpretation of learning data is sometimes a skill set aside by some instructional designers because it can be perceived as too technical. It's a strategic mistake, in my opinion, because it allows justifying learning models and teaching approaches. This is indeed about the ability to design content that will allow for the collection, analysis, and interpretation of data generated by learning activities. Well thought out, your content will enable the analysis of learners' performance, behaviors, preferences, and feedback. A qualitative marker that will make a huge difference with your colleagues who do not consider data generation in their pedagogical design. This expertise also allows for understanding learners' behavior, identifying the formats that work, why they work, and their impacts on results in evaluations. This involves mastering data analysis techniques, machine learning, and data visualization, a very lucrative skill. Learning management systems, LMS, or SGA in French, allow you to generate large amounts of valuable data on the effectiveness of your training and the specific needs of learners. By analyzing this data, you can make informed decisions to optimize your designs and provide personalized learning experiences. To develop this skill, focus on practical projects involving the analysis of real learning data. To achieve this, I will present to you some examples of deliverables on which you can work on without further delay. First, start by collecting and analyzing the performance and engagement data of an existing online course. Use analytical tools to visualize this data and identify strengths and areas for improvement. Next, understand how to develop an interactive dashboard by identifying the evidence-based data that will allow you to track the progress and behaviors of learners in a training. LMS like Moodle already offer several very interesting reports to get started. You can then integrate analysis features to detect trends and pain points. Language models like GPT, Mixtral, or Claude Opus can help you develop a machine learning algorithm to predict support needs. By working on these concrete deliverables, you will develop practical experience in using data analysis tools, interpreting results, and making data-based decisions. As far as possible, work with data analysis and machine learning experts to obtain valuable advice and feedback on your methods and deliverables. User experience design involves designing intuitive and user-friendly digital interfaces and interactions for learners. This skill entails understanding user-centered design principles and best practices in ergonomics and accessibility to be able to design courses that seamlessly and impactfully incorporate these principles. With the integration of generative AI, your courses will become complex digital experiences. A strong expertise in UX design is becoming increasingly essential to ensure that these experiences are easy to use, accessible, and enjoyable for learners. To start developing this skill, integrate with an e-learning developers team to design the user interface and learning path of a multimedia online course. You will then be able to create interactive prototypes, wireframes, by exploring different usage scenarios and testing the user experience with potential learners, who are sometimes referred to as champion, beta testers, or opinion leaders. This will allow you to propose improvements based on your observations confirmed by this evidence. By working on these concrete deliverables, you will develop practical experience in designing interfaces and digital interactions, conducting user tests, and applying user experience principles in your instructional designs. Collaborate with experts in user experience design and developers to get valuable feedback and improve your skills. Developing your critical thinking and your ability to popularize complex problem-solving, evaluating the different pedagogical and techno-pedagogical options will allow you to assess the relevance of your offer, its quality, and its alignment with the objectives and needs of your client. Well documented, your offer will undoubtedly be validated by your clients who will have complete trust in you. In addition, the design of training often involves solving complex challenges that require deep thinking and strategic decision-making. So, you must train yourself as a top athlete would. Analyze case studies of instructional design, identify key problems, and write strategic reports with well-founded solutions. To develop this skill, there are several groups where you could participate in collaborative problem-solving workshops to evaluate different options and make evidence-based decisions. Also cultivate your critical thinking by questioning assumptions and exploring different perspectives. Do not hesitate to step out of the theoretical bubble to confront theories in education with the reality of the field. On several occasions, I have seen projects in which best practices were not applicable or sometimes rejected en masse by managers, teachers, and even learners. You must understand the reality of your clients in order not to become what they detest, a moralizer. In a previous video, I tackle one of the dangers of AI that sometimes goes unnoticed: creativity and the spirit of innovation. This skill refers to our ability to think out of the box, to break out of the bubble, a well-known bias in AI. It involves questioning what content generators tell us, as well as challenging conventions to envision innovative and unique pedagogical approaches. Being able to break the blank page has been a major challenge for me from the beginning, perhaps due to my background in visual arts. Therefore, I believe this skill is crucial for instructional designers, because even though generative AI opens up new possibilities, it is your creativity that will enable you to envision truly transformative learning experiences. In a competitive environment, your ability to innovate and stand out will be a major asset in attracting and retaining learners. It is also your creativity that allows you to break through deadlocks, projects with no apparent solution, and, most importantly, impress your clients with unexpected proposals. To develop this skill, there is no secret. You have to keep yourself informed. Explore new ideas outside the beaten path by drawing inspiration from various fields such as art, technology, design, or behavioral sciences. Take part in creativity workshops and design thinking sessions to stimulate your ability to innovate and find solutions when everything seems closed off. Don't be afraid to experiment with new pedagogical approaches, even if they seem risky or unusual. If you document them with compelling data and a strong rationale, the risks are limited. Keep in mind that you don't become a reference by doing what everyone else does. Let's now talk about the ethical and privacy issues. This skill involves understanding the ethical, legal, and privacy implications related to the use of AI and learning data, and integrating these considerations from the design phase onwards. The use of AI raises complex ethical questions, such as respecting privacy, protecting personal data, ensuring algorithm transparency, and preventing discriminatory biases. As an instructional designer, you will need to ensure that your courses comply with current regulations and uphold fundamental ethical principles. In 2024, instructional designers must stay informed about regulations and best practices regarding data ethics and privacy, such as the GDPR in Europe or the CCPA in California. If possible, seek training in AI ethics and engage in discussions on these topics to build learning paths that respect these issues. This will also prevent you from making promises to your clients that you cannot keep. Integrate these considerations at the outset of your design projects. Personally, I incorporate these considerations into my project analysis template. The instructional designer never works alone. Never. That's why you must maintain and develop your communication and collaboration skills. To adapt to all projects, it's valuable to understand the difference between cooperation and collaboration, enabling you to position yourself more effectively and find your place more quickly within projects. This skill refers to the ability to effectively communicate with various stakeholders, work in an interdisciplinary team, and manage complex projects involving multiple actors. That's why in this video, I've included skills that could be those of an e-learning developer. Even if you're not one, you need to know what can be done and why to ask for it in your pedagogical scenarios. Knowing how to do it also enables you to better lead discussions and emphasize crucial details. While AI enables the automation of certain deliverables, you will need to collaborate closely with AI experts, e-learning developers, graphic designers, content experts, and other stakeholders to successfully execute your training projects. Strong communication and project management skills will be essential to ensure smooth and productive collaboration. Developing this skill is not easy. However, my recommendation once again would be practice. Train yourself to present your ideas and designs in a clear, simple, and well-argued manner. If possible, seek projects that involve multidisciplinary teams and develop your diplomatic skills to better manage conflicts and facilitate collective decision-making. Lastly, becoming an instructional designer requires both staying informed and developing curation skills to share with your clients the information they will need to support your proposal and empower you to deliver a high-quality project. This skill is crucial for staying at the forefront of innovation. It is no longer an option in the field of generative AI. You will need to constantly update your knowledge and skills. However, the field of AI is unique because advancements go beyond innovation. They correct biases that can, at best, slow down your work, and at worst, lead you to make mistakes and develop content with errors. I'll let you imagine the consequences for your reputation and credibility.